Alright, YouTube, I am still nowhere near 100%. I slept very little last night. I was coughing and wheezing the entire night through. I don't have a fever. I don't feel even like the stuffiness in my nose is beginning to ebb away. But my chest is extremely tight from coughing so much. I was spending literally the entire night coughing and suffering into this morning. I feel a little bit better now, but not that much. So I'm going to keep it to two videos today. In fact, maybe just one. This might be the only one I have energy for. I thought that it was important to notify people of the fact that the way the government and legacy media are acting right now currently with this fake news, which itself is a fake scandal, fake epidemic being pushed by like CNN, MSNBC, the way the CIA's acting in regards to Russia, the way Obama's acting is not normal. We need to keep a very close eye on what happens. Now, we don't necessarily know what's going on behind the scenes, but for the CIA to come out within 24 hours of Obama announcing an investigation into the election and to say, yeah, we've got, all these known actors are trying to rig the election for Trump. When they come out and do that one day in the wake of Hillary Clinton rambling about fake news, that is not normal. It is not normal for the government to act in such a manner as though to literally cheapen the fabric of our republic. It's not normal. This has not happened, as far as I know, before, at least since like the McCarthy era, back when you have like vast communist conspiracy stuff going on. And it is the new McCarthyism, to tell the truth. The idea of fake news. There's no fake news epidemic. There's no fake news outlet. The stuff like InfoWars is infotainment. It's not even news. It's analysis and opinion. It's no different from 99% of the content on CNN, MSNBC, and so forth. The reason why the legacy media and legacy politicians are attacking underground and grassroots news and analysis and opinion and so forth, the reason that they're attacking that is the same reason they're trying to censor the internet. Because they're terrified of it. They realize the basic model that's used by InfoWars or some similar site or any, again, dozens of bloggers, YouTubers, and other small sites is a winning strategy as far as driving interest. They're worried about that. The legacy politicians rely upon the corporate media. That's why they're afraid. As far as there's something I fear deeper going on behind the scenes. For the CIA to come out and say, yes, we have indeed evidence. Now, they're not going to show us the evidence because it's probably a lie. But for them to come out and say, yes, we have evidence that the Russians favored Trump and tampered with the election, that is extremely suspicious to me. It is extremely suspicious because no evidence actually has been given to us. They've made this claim over and over. Hillary Clinton has made this claim. Obama has made this claim. Now the CIA is making this claim. Where is their evidence? If it's so important, wouldn't you think that the public should be given at least a few crumbs from the dinner table on such an investigation? Wouldn't you think that the American people would have a right to know specifically what actors were involved, if any, and what the evidence is so we can make up our minds? No, says the CIA, it's probably top secret or classified or something like that. Oh, well, how convenient. You can make that claim without actually backing it up. The day that I just randomly decide that something fishy, something seriously fishy said by the CIA of all people is true and just take it on a token that they have no ulterior motive, is the day pigs fucking fly. Is the day they sprout wings, not go up in a rocket ship to the moon or something like that, like the Russians may accomplish. No, they would have to literally start sprouting actual butterfly wings and floating around. I don't know. I don't believe what the CIA is saying. I don't trust it at all. Nor, by the way, will I trust Trump. Once Trump is inaugurated, here's the thing. Here's what a lot of people miss. Once Trump is actually in power, if he makes a claim that's fishy and gives me no evidence to back up that claim, I'm going to discount it. The CIA, Trump is correct when he says the CIA are the same sort of people who said, oh, there's intelligence of chemical weapons in Iraq, we'll be liberators if we go in there. Exactly, so why would I trust them? That being said, under Trump's administration, it'll be the same thing. I did this for Bush, Republican, neocon, Obama, Democrat, neo-lib. I'm going to do the same for Trump, quasi-populist, quasi-nativist Republican. It doesn't matter who's in office. If the government's not transparent enough to give you evidence for one of its claims, don't believe those claims. It's as simple as that. Look at the Gulf of Tonkin, or any of a million other randomly chosen things. They spent years labeling people conspiracy theorists for suggesting, for example, that the NSA was conducting blanket surveillance on the population. I can remember it from many years ago. People were saying, I discounted at the time too. Of course, there was no proof at the time till Snowden came along, which is why I say he should be pardoned, because he did a great service to this country. People in government or in the media said, oh, well, it's just a fucking fringe tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. The government's not going to do that because it'd be unconstitutional. And how exactly would they pull it off anyway without people knowing about such a program? It turns out it was going on for a very long time. All those people that were labeled nuts beforehand are now completely vindicated. In fact, the program goes further than their wildest dreams could have speculated. The government almost openly admitted at the outset of the Snowden leaks, for example, that yeah, we're collecting metadata on people who are talking to potential foreign targets. Yeah, we're doing that, and we have no problem with that. That alone vindicated what they suspected. It turned out it wasn't just metadata, it wasn't just people talking to foreign targets, and it was ongoing 24/7 and involved every possible electronic platform. At every turn, what the government said was a lie. When the mainstream media, for instance, you remember when CNN said, oh, it's illegal for the public to look at these WikiLeaks files, but we're different because we're the mainstream media. An absolute fucking lie. It's not constitutionally valid. It's not valid under any lower laws of the land. It's not valid under any international laws. It makes no sense. It makes an unconstitutional differentiation between the free speech of the public and the free speech of some corporate media outlet. Completely wrong. This was never challenged by people. When MSNBC, for example, claimed, oh, these WikiLeaks emails have been doctored, not one shred of evidence was ever given to the public by any credible individual that a single WikiLeaks email was doctored. No credible individual ever even claimed that they had been doctored. Hillary Clinton herself never came out and said, oh yeah, these have been doctored. Those aren't real DNC emails or something. The only one who claimed that was Podesta. And also, what's his name there? Her running mate, who I've already forgotten the name of because he was just such a fucking retard. These are the people who made that claim. They shut up about it very quickly, and when challenged on it, they totally backed down because the claim was never true. But the media, CNN and MSNBC, ran with it, told the public it was true. Some people actually were dumb enough to believe them, and the claim is completely false. The legacy media, the TV media, the newsprint media, is no longer reporting accurately. It is no longer even trying. It's no longer giving you news. You're not getting news. You're watching Fox, MSNBC, you read the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, whatever it is. You're not getting news. You're getting a bunch of propaganda and opinion. And these same outlets will say that their competitors are the ones that are giving you propaganda. I don't think so. I'm fully aware of the fact that if I look at RT, yeah, it's going to be biased in favor of the Russians. I'm well aware of that. Yeah, that would make sense since it's a pro-Russian news outlet. But just the fact that I'm not Russian, I have no loyalty to Russia, I question Putin's motives, and I don't really like the fact that there's the grand chessboard thing, that doesn't mean that everything that goes wrong in the United States somehow involves the Russians. And for the CIA to come out and make the claim that the election was tampered with by the Russian state is a serious charge. This is an extremely serious... Can you imagine, back during the first wave of the Cold War, if some politician running for office, if Jimmy Carter, getting his ass handed to him at the last second by Reagan, had come out and said, oh, the Russians clearly favor Ronald Reagan and are tampering with the election, and had the CIA come out to tell people, can you imagine what would have happened diplomatically? Can you even conceive of in your wildest dreams the problems to which that may have led? And yet we have Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, all these politicians and the whole media, they throw this around constantly. It's crazy. I don't understand how anyone can miss the similarity between the discourse they're having now in the legacy media and legacy political circles of the country and sort of literal Red Scare McCarthyism. Oh, well, if you don't report what we want you to report, you're a commie agent, has just become, oh, you must have been paid off by the Russians, or you're a nutty conspiracy theorist, and we should probably crack down on your free speech. Now, I'm not sitting here worried that people are actually going to be suppressed for saying unpopular things or pointing out that the CIA is totally buttfuck wrong or something like that. I don't sit there and worry about that, because that would be a pretty severe constitutional argument and probably hit the Supreme Court and lay waste to the government's ability to crack down on such things. It's not a fight that they really want to have, because they're probably going to lose handily, and then they'll permanently end up restrained. So they'd rather just let the status quo go on and use propaganda as opposed to directly suppressing people. What I am worried about, though, is that people who still consume legacy media sort of news are going to be driven crazy by the fact that right now, if they're paying attention to that, they're probably convinced that the Russians are, sort of on the eve of destruction, and they're trying to openly usurp our political system. This is not the way to bring the nation together. Let's just say it like that. Obama's full of shit. Biden's full of shit. Hillary Clinton is the most full of shit of all of these people. She sits there, oh, you lost the election because of James Comey and fake news. No, you lost the election because you're a fucking moron. Thank goodness you did lose. Crawl back into your hole and shut the fuck up so that the American people don't have to deal with your crap anymore, honestly. So yeah, we need to keep a close eye on what's going on. We don't know exactly what the ulterior motive is quite yet, I think. I think some of the scandals in the media right now are distractions. Others, I can imagine that the rabbit hole goes pretty deep. You don't have to be an Alex Jones iodine vendor or anything like that to understand there's something abnormal going on right now between our government and the legacy media. There's a level of collusion there that suggests that something is hitting very close to home for a lot of them. They are extremely worried, and they're doing everything in their power to crack down on, I don't know. We're not even sure what it is. A lot of people would say, oh, Pizzagate. I doubt that. I think Pizzagate was injected by many of those individuals in order to make people looking for the truth look like fucking nuts. You look at the Comet Pizza there where the dude was firing through the window. It just gives the media another opportunity to look at these people that are trying to actually dig for truth about government corruption. Say, oh, they're violent, they're nuts, they're crazy. Well, how convenient for them. I wonder who paid this dude off to do what he did. That's about all. Peace out.